Hey guys, it's Mike. We're back here in our Syntropic Agroforestry system. Today is one day before winter, and for the next couple days we're going to be doing our biggest prune / intervention here. In this video we're going to share 4 reasons why pruning heavy in the winter / rainy season is a good idea, as well as demonstrate some of our techniques, and we're going to harvest something big later on at the end of the video. So stick around. So the number one reason, simply just to let more light in. It is winter now, we're getting much less sun throughout the day. Even though we are in Hawaii, it's like 11 hours of sunlight versus like 13 in the summer. So it's much darker here throughout the day. Plus we get a lot of rain, a lot of clouds. So the trees aren't getting as much sun in the winter. We're gonna be pruning the overstory, all our support species. When I say prune, we're not necessarily going to do much to the citrus trees or any of the other food crops. It's mainly going to be just the Gliricidia, the Albizia, and the bananas, stuff like that. Stuff that's kind of shading everything right now. So in the summer, you do want a little bit of that shade to keep the hot sun off of the trees and to keep more moisture on the ground. But in the winter, it's going to rain a lot. We're not too worried about it drying out, although we do get surprise droughts pretty often here. So that's something else we got to be careful of. The timing of this is really critical because say if you prune late after we've already had a month of drought, the ground is dry, you're going to have dry soil underneath, and when it rains, it's going to be hard to get that soil wet again. So when you want to do something like this, it's like after it rains. It could say, like right now, the forecast does say it's not going to rain for the next 10 days, but it has rained the past couple days. So what we're going to do is drop all this mulch on the ground and lock in some of that moisture. The only time I would say don't do something like this is when it's been dry for a long time and the soil's already dry. Then you might be hurting yourself. You want to wait till it's nice and wet to lock in the moisture to be more drought proof. Number 2 reason is just to get more organic matter on the ground. It's going to be raining for a long time here in the winter. Right now it doesn't look like it, right? It's so nice out, it's a sunny day, but it does rain a lot here in the winter, and we found that towards the end of the rainy season our trees are really hungry. They're like starting to get nutrient deficiencies. So the reason we're doing this is to get so much organic material on the ground, nutrients in the form of mulch and some fertilizer, but the mulch is really going to last a long time. It's going to be a super slow fertilizer to last months, maybe 4 or 5 months. That's also going to help protect from erosion. We're getting a lot of rain, so the rain is going to hit that mulch first and then trickle down. You're going to get some nice compost tea flowing through. It's going to just be a steady stream of nutrients all winter long, all rainy season long, and I hope it works really good. Number 3. So number 3 is just airflow. We're going to have better circulation with all this stuff prune back. It's going to prevent the trees from getting certain diseases caused by too much moisture over the winter. It's going to be super humid and wet in here, just to allow more airflow to come through because we're cutting a lot of this. It's really going to help with disease prevention. So the fourth reason is that naturally things break during the rainy season just because there's a lot more weight on the branches. We get some pretty nasty windstorms in the winter. So naturally these trees will be breaking, and the last thing we want is them to break in a bad way where it messes up the tree, but also we don't want them to land on our fruit trees. So we're gonna do preemptive pruning where we make the calls here. We have a lot of control where we cut the branches. We're not letting the wind decide where. And it's also going to help to not have branches fall on the trees that we love and adore. So if you guys remember the last video, we did use county mulch, and a lot of it's still here. It's breaking down good. It's holding moisture. It's working just like we want it to. A lot of moisture in here still, and it looks very good. It's breaking down nice. So I'm just going to kind of pull this back, and then we're also going to feed everything again today, and we're using a blend of the same thing we did last time. It's our homemade chicken manure with biochar, and then some store-bought chicken manure, just cut 50-50. So I'm just going to pull some back just to get it in there, mix it in nice. Just kind of mix it in. We do have a video of how to make this chicken manure biochar. If you haven't seen it, we'll link it in the description for you to check out. It's really been working wonders for us here in the food forest. Just beautiful. This tree is really happy, growing pretty tall. It's got a lot of shade, so we're gonna help this tree out and give it some more sunlight. Perfect. So we don't have many albizia this tall, but what I want to do is prune it really high at about 10 feet so that the canopy keeps growing from out here. And I'm going to prune these branches like there, right at a node. We're going to get more growth from there. Do the same thing. Oh, I cut my glove. All right. Oh, this. It's like a broom. So these two branches I want to cut because I want all the growth to be up here. So like a pollard, we're just going to cut these. And one more. So now it's just basically one big long stick. And we have five branches up here where it can resprout. It's going to be our shade once the summer comes back around. So now that we've spread our chicken manure fertilizer, we're going to put down big pieces first. So we want to look around and try to harvest all the bigger pieces, lay those down. I don't have much that's too big, but maybe 1 to 2 inch logs we could put down first. And then later on, we're going to go around and grab the smaller things and put that on top of the logs. So the stuff on top is going to help break down those logs quicker. A lot of the Mexican sunflower we still got some crotolarias, stuff like that. Banana trunks and leaves. That's going to go all on top of those logs. So let's find some logs to harvest. Just going up as high as I could without a ladder, because Paulina's getting the shot from the ladder. Let's see how this. Sharp saw. Ask me how I know. Even though these have leaves, that's fine to put down first. It'll actually probably help get things started a little quicker. Getting the party started. Yeah, like I said, we don't have big logs, but they're sticks, you know. Okay. Paulina said our logs are too small, which could have bigger logs, but this is all we got for now. Maybe next year we'll have bigger logs. So now that we have some coarse stuff down on the ground, we're gonna put something like this Tithonia or Mexican sunflower. It may look like the same diameter, but this stuff is like green. It's much more nitrogen rich and it's gonna break down much quicker. So when this stuff gets wet, it's gonna be nice and soggy. It's gonna help break down those logs quicker and make them available sooner for the tree. So we're just gonna put some of this sunflower down next. Pretty much good to go. We could take some of these albizia leaves, put those down on top too, and start to pollard this. I'm gonna do maybe, yep, pretty much all that's left. A little bit of leaves on the top. So now we have a pretty thick layer. I'm sure we'll be adding some more as we continue this intervention. Just for now, we're just gonna put this amount and then see what's left over. Right. There are seeds on there. Here, let's look at this, Paulina. Just look at this tree. It's growing so nicely. So whatever we're doing here is working. This tree is 6 feet tall now.
It's really hard to capture. Really stay right there. I'm gonna tell us how nice it is.
So as you can see, this tree is happy in this environment. This agroforestry way is really working out. This is one of our Gliricidia. I really like the shape of this one. It has 4 leaders, and then each one of those leaders has 3, 4, 5 even. This tree should bounce back nicely. For now, we're going to be letting more light in on these pineapple that are under me. They could probably really use some. Although they're looking really good, they're growing really big. We'll see how that works out. So it's been really great having this here. We've harvested a lot of things while we're waiting for our citrus to grow. These papaya, they look pretty small, but they're actually really delicious. We've harvested tons of peppers from here, poha berries. And recently we had our friend Ashton come over, and she's a sugarcane expert. She helped me figure out which ones were good to harvest. We were actually really way past due. We did so much and she had such a hard time pressing it all, but she came back. She had 7 gallons. I think she kept one for herself, so there was 8 gallons total of sugarcane juice, which lasted us quite a while. We froze some because we weren't able to drink it fast enough. I think really only lasts in the fridge maybe a week or so, maybe a little after. It's all right, it starts to taste a little weird. But having our own sugarcane was awesome. Eventually we will get our own sugarcane press and do it more frequently, but we're actually probably need her to come back pretty soon. And today we'll be harvesting the most poundage in fruit that we've harvested from here. And let's go check it out right now. All right, Milo.
Okay.
You want to cut this banana?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
I cut banana too.
We had to install these X braces. We had one of these fall down. It was so heavy. Not this one, but just as a precaution, we put them on all of them.
Wow.
Coming. Watch out, Milo. Ready? Look it, some bananas fell like a piñata. Go get them. Here, go get the banana, Milo. There's one on the ground.
They're probably ready to eat. Wow, let me see. Show the camera. Wow. This one is nice. This is a bat.
The bat.
I see the bat. That's the bat.
Here. Mmm. Very good. Very good. So guys, thanks for watching. Comment down below. Let me know if you have any questions. Like this video. And I'll see you next time. No, I'm just annoyed by these flies. Don't use chicken manure on your trees because it attracts flies. It's probably my sweat too.